in the implementation of this constitution. The battle in this country, Mr. Speaker, has been a battle of resources. I have repeated this again. If the governors want to fly flags, they can fly 1 million of them if they so wish, or anybody else. But what we need is the resources in those counties. Devolution was not about escorts for our governors. It was never about flags for our governors. It was about economic devolution. And I think we see it broadly today in the context of politics, that we are so comfortable with the plebiscites and the jargon that goes with devolution without necessarily affecting the very element of devolving resources. And I can tell you, for as long as some of the issues are not resolved conclusively, the Kenya Ports Authority will remain a central part of Mombasa politics and the economic and social strata of Mombasa's society. As much as we might want to believe we are a nation, as we so speak here, the truth is, I recall once Professor Nyang talking about the theory of the two publics. When you're in these national platforms, you are the nationalist. When you go home, you are the tribalist. So we come here and urge each other to speak within these broad notions that are articulated in the Constitution, but when you go back to your counties, you go back to your constituencies, you do exactly the opposite and incite your communities. I think it is more candid for those who come here and state the points as eloquently as the Kwale senator, because he has nothing to hide, because nothing he says is criminal or goes against the grain of this nation. This nation is amalgamation of interests. We are not a homogeneous nation. We are a nation that has tribes, that has religions, that has races, that has colors, that has every kind of manifestation. And people negotiate those interests. It happens in the United States, it happens in any democracy, and we are here devoted to commit or elected to protect those interests. Be they the interests of Kwale, be they the interests of Mombasa, be they the interests of Samburu, be they the interests of anywhere else. So it is wrong constantly for people, when they bring and present the very emotions of those counties, for us to play this national plebiscite, that we are a nation so homogeneous, so in love. Even elections are determined on the numerical strength of people in various counties or in this nation altogether. So we have to be candid. For us, as Senator Juma Boy has indicated, it is a battle for the empowerment of our people. That's why I am sitting in this Senate. That's why the people of Mombasa voted for us. That's why the people of Kakamega brought him, the leader of Dr. Halwale, the leader of minority, the Nyeri senator, yourself, Mr. Speaker. We are here because our people want us to negotiate those interests, as insensitive as they might appear, as emotional as they might appear. You do not build the nation by cuddling and hugging. You build the nation by saying the truth. Even in your Christendom, in our Muslimdom, we are told the truth shall set you free. In Islam, we are told, say it no matter how bitter it is. The bitter truth is that this nation has not built itself into a unit. We have been dispossessed of resources that we own. We have been dispossessed of legitimate expectations to have a living, to earn a living from the resource that is closest to you. You don't tell that other person to love you when you dispossess him. Nations are built on two fundamental principles: justice and equity. Simple. Give us justice, give us equity, we will have a nation. Take that away, you have no nation. We are all fearful of one another because we know how much you are willing to pounce in favor of your very own. Give somebody an opportunity and you will see him manifest his true colors. So therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to revisit another issue. We must now mitigate the transition so that it is painless, so that this nation accepts the purview of the Constitution. And I wish that this committee can give guidance and leadership as to how we devolve some of the assets, so that without prejudicing any Kenyan, so that every interest of every Kenyan is protected and respected. The refinery, Mr. Speaker. This is a country that hardly builds infrastructure. We are reactionary, we are ad hoc. Today, the entire infrastructure of Mombasa is dilapidated as a consequence of the heavy load that the